where you stand tonight, just in that spirit of worship. I had this incredible privilege, not too long ago, of meeting this pastor from Syria. And really, that should be all the intro you need. A pastor from Syria, right? He began to tell me his story. And I was with a friend of mine who introduced me to him. It was the three of us. He spoke in broken English, and he began to tell me his story. And he said how he grew up in Syria, lived in Syria, obviously a pure Islamic nation, and he lived in this village. All his family's Islamic, and he told me that Jesus started coming to him in dreams. And night after night, he'd have these dreams of Jesus, and Jesus saying, "Come, follow me." And he said, one morning I woke up and I said, "Okay, Lord, I believe, and I'm going to follow you." And he said, "Chris, I lost everything. I've lost everything because of it. I've lost my family, I've lost my business, I've lost my friends, everything." He said, so much so that my family said, "You cannot do this. This is embarrassment to our family." He said, "I have brothers. My brothers said that if I did not renounce this Jesus, that they would take my life." He said, "My own brothers." And he said, and they gave me a date, and they told me it would be on a Friday. And he said, but every day I just knew that this Jesus was my Savior, and He's my Lord, and I knew He was the one. And he said, and he told me, he said, "I just had decided that whatever comes, comes. And if it means losing my life, I'm just going to follow Jesus." And he said, my brothers came to me and said, "Okay, we told you it's this Friday." He goes, on Thursday before, he said, my brothers died in their sleep. And he's just talking to me like this is normal. And we live in Western Christianity, right? Where it's not life and death every day. And I don't know if you've been around people like that, but I was like, man, if you're a Christian, I'm not sure I am one. It was so intense. Everything he was telling me was so intense. It was like miracle after miracle after miracle. And he said, and I've just started, every day I just go out in my village and I share about Jesus. He goes, I don't know if it's my last day or not. And my friend looked at him and he said, I can't believe he asked this question. But my friend said, have you ever heard of Christian music? And he said, no, I never have. I don't know what that is. And he began to tell us more miracles. And then he stopped. He goes, wait a minute. He goes, I do know one song. And he said, this is my song every morning. He said, because I don't know if it's my last day on this earth or not, but this is my song every morning. And he said, I have one song on my phone that I play, just one. And he looks at me and he said, the lyrics are this: I know who goes before me, I know who stands behind. The God of angel armies is always by my side. And he's talking to me like I don't know the lyrics, and he's like, the one who reigns forever, he's a friend of mine. The God of angel armies is always by my side. And I mean, tears are coming down my face, just streaming down my face. And my friend says, do you know who wrote that song? He says, I have no idea who wrote that song. He goes, well, you're looking at him. And he grabs me, he comes and grabs me, just gives me this big old hug. And he says, you have no idea what this song means to me. He's just grabbing me. And I'm crying, he's crying. And I'm thinking, Lord, how does this happen? How do I write a song in my room? And it makes its way as a lifeline for this pastor in Syria who's given his life every day for the gospel. And then he grabs his phone out of his pocket. And he said, do you want to hear it in Arabic? And I was like, yes, I want to hear this in Arabic. And he presses play, and it's somebody in Arabic singing the song. I have no idea who they are, but they're awesome, whoever they are. And he said, this is my song of faith. And so we're going to sing this tonight. I'll never sing this song again without thinking of him and holding him in my heart. But tonight, as we sing this together in this church, in this place tonight, let this be a song of faith, our song of faith. In the midst of whatever's coming. You know, we live in a world that's really dark, and evil seems to rise more and more every year. There's so much fear in the world, but here's what I know. Here's what I know is true, that through every generation of God's people, faith rises up. Faith over fear, faith over evil. I love that Jesus said the gates of hell will not prevail against the church. The church will always rise. sing this tonight with that faith tonight. Let faith rise up in your heart. Whatever army's coming against you, whatever you feel coming against you, could you sing this in faith? You hear me when I call. You are my morning song. Though darkness fills the night, you cannot hide. Whom shall I fear? You crush the enemy underneath my feet. You are my sword and shield. Though troubles leave still, whom shall I fear? I know who goes before me. I know who stands behind. The God of angel armies is always by my side. The one who reigns forever, He is a friend of mine. The God of angel armies is always by my side. My strength is in your name, for you alone can save. You will deliver me. Yours is the victory. Who shall I fear? Oh, who shall I fear? I know who goes before me. I know who stands behind. The God of angel armies is always by my side. The one who reigns forever, He is a friend of mine. The God of angel armies is always by my side. Nothing formed against me shall stand. You hold the whole world in your hand. I'm holding on to your promises. You are faithful. You are faithful. Nothing formed against me shall You are faithful, forever faithful, forever faithful. Yes, you are, God. Let's just fill up this room with that